Hello.
Hi, how you doing?
Good. Your first name again?
Amber,
How old are you?
5.
What's the disagreement?
I just have a question. I wanted to know if you think I should leave my baby daddy alone.
Don't know. How many kids you got?
One,
How old is your kid?
he's 3.
How old is your child's father?
We have a up and down.
How old is your child's father?
Let's see, he's 34.
And you're 25?
Yeah,
How many kids does he have?
he has one other child.
Is the child younger than yours or older?
Older.
Then why are you asking should you leave him? I don't know. Why'd you have a baby with him?
That's a good question. Okay.
Did that give you your answer?
Yeah.
Really?
No, not really.
So why are you calling asking? Should I leave? So let me get this right. I'm like a fortune cookie or a magic 8 ball. Should I leave my baby daddy? And I'm supposed to
Hey,
have no information and
okay,
just pull it out of the air.
okay, I'm gonna tell you right now, okay? We've been together for don't make that face.
Tell me what to do, young lady.
Okay. I'm sorry. We've been together for 5 years, and I feel like it's like no progress at all.
Okay.
But
All right.
we have a child, so that's what's like
Do you guys live together?
Yes.
What does he do for a living?
He doesn't have a 9 to 5.
I know. I don't.
I can't say it online.
What do you do for a living?
I'm a case manager.
What does that mean? Like social worker?
Yes.
Did you go to college?
I'm in college right now.
So you had a baby for a D boy.
Yeah, basically.
So you chose a street life. Enjoy. I don't want you out there with nobody else who's got a. You chose a D boy as a case worker, and you think you want to visit that on to a 9 to 5 working man? No, thank you.
All I attract is, I don't know.
You attract what you are, like we all do.
Okay.
You laid down and had a baby with a man that has a child by somebody else, and you say he's in the streets. Well,
she belongs to the streets.
My question is, why should another man go out? Why should a man out here who's trying to do the right thing take on that with you and his child? Why should somebody take on you and try to be stepfather to a woman who says she had a baby by a dude who don't even want to say what he does for a living?
Right. You're absolutely right.
Yeah, well, enjoy.
Hello. Let me ask you a question.
Nope. You want to ask me a question? Get on your account. I don't do that. I don't know where the hell y'all think y'all at. Don't know where the hell y'all think y'all at. Either way, I'll use it. She belongs to the streets.
Oh my goodness. I didn't even get a chance to get myself together. Hi, Kevin.
Hi, how are you?
I'm
Get yourself
blessed,
take 30 seconds to a minute to get yourself together. I need to do something. Y'all saw Lil Wayne, right? Lil Wayne up in this Lil Weezy. Looking like Lil Wayne.
Yeah, I do.
I got a question for you. Why you telling me she needs to stay with her baby daddy? I got a question. Why you be telling us women that we need to stay in these toxic relationships with our drug dealing baby daddies? Why you be telling them this?
This is all right, we're back. Go ahead. How old are you?
I'm 39.
All right, 39. What's the disagreement?
My question is, at my age, let's be realistic, the dating pool is stagnant. I was recently
Stagnant?
I said stagnant, like it's just
Okay.
yeah, I mean I don't have many options. Let's be realistic here.
Okay.
I was just recently engaged for the first time and I broke it off. And I'm just scared. I don't know.
You have any children?
No, I don't.
What city do you live in?
I live in Atlanta.
How long were you in a relationship?
We had a very fast love affair. We were together for about 6 months.
You were engaged in that time?
Yes, very fast.
You're in Atlanta?
Yes.
This may sound like this may sound harsh, but I gotta ask because
Give it
Atlanta.
to me.
Do you still have a clean battery of health?
Yes, I can't have children. That's why I
No,
don't
I
have.
mean, okay, all right. So you guys, how'd you end up in a whirlwind situation where you're engaged and broke it off?
I just, sometimes when you move fast, you look past things. I was single. I hadn't dated a man in 7 years.
All right.
And
What did he do for a living?
the person that he was in the military, he actually lives in another country.
All right. So was this a long distance relationship?
Semi, I wound up living there part of the time and living here.
The relationship before him was 7 years ago?
Yes.
And how long did that relationship last?
A few months. I just thought he was a cheater.
You thought he was a cheater.
I didn't know for sure.
And what about the one before that?
2 years.
And how were you in that relationship?
I was late 20s. I was single, not dating anyone for 4 years.
Have you had any therapy?
I'm in therapy now.
I mean, if what you're saying is accurate, ma'am, I mean, were your mother and father married?
No, very
So
toxic.
what's the longest relationship you've ever had that you would consider to be healthy?
2 years.
And that ended when you're late 20s?
Yes,
Who ended that?
I did.
Why?
His mother was a problem, a major problem.
Did she live in the same city?
Yes, we lived in New Jersey at the time.
His mother was a problem. How?
A major problem. He
How?
was her only boy,
Of
and
course.
she interfered in our relationship all the time.
And
And
what did he do about it?
well, we had started a business together, and
But what did he do about it?
nothing, absolutely nothing, and it just wasn't healthy. I just
So
couldn't.
you started a business with somebody you weren't married to.
Yes, we did multiple businesses together.
So it begs the question, if everything I'm hearing, why are you getting this deep into something without a commitment?
We were young.
You're in your late 20s. That's not young.
It wasn't right.
Oh.
We were just determined that we just wanted so much more than what we had already had, and we wanted.
Okay, how about having a marriage license?
We weren't ready to get married.
So what the friend?
Chew me out. Go ahead.
Well, I'm not gonna, but I hear this too often from black women. It's like y'all will do everything. You'll move in, you'll start businesses and everything else, but getting married, it's like, would you rather be a girlfriend? Why weren't you ready for all that? But you're ready to be a girlfriend and a business owner in multiple businesses.
I didn't want to rush him, and he didn't really. We made promises and all that stuff, so we just.
Were you looking to be married back then?
Yes, but for some reason, I just couldn't envision it with him.
Then why were you there?
I wanted it, but like when I would try to fantasize about it, it just wouldn't.
But that's not a marriage, isn't a fantasy.
Yeah.
It's practical. That's part of the problem. So many of our women think marriage is supposed to be this love. Marriage is boring.
It's work.
No, it's boring. We are so in love with the struggle, and we hear all the time our women talk about, well, I don't want to be. Y'all are more worried about being divorced than being a baby mama and in these long relationships with nothing. So now at 39, the reality is you can't play on your looks anymore because you're
No.
towards the end of that.
Yep.
But here's the problem. What relationship skills do you have to meet a man who's stable?
You're right.
If I put you in a room with a bunch of stable provider males,
I'm too alpha female as well. I really need to learn.
at me. What does alpha female mean?
I'm working on just trying to soften up and be more
What
feminine.
does alpha female mean though to you?
I'm just a little too hard at times, I think. I don't know how to just take the back seat and shut up.
Well, I don't.
I'm being honest.
I know. I mean, I hear these words, alpha female, and that's. But are you in therapy with the clinician right now?
No, I'm seeing a therapist though
Okay, is it a
about
male or female?
a female.
Oh, shit.
I probably should see a male, you think?
Well, yeah, because a lot of female therapists, you gotta look at their lives. A lot of women who are therapists ain't. Look, it's not over because you don't have any kids. But if I ask you, why do you want to be with a man? What would you tell me?
I just want to, honestly, I've never seen a healthy marriage in my life with anyone. Anyone. I've
Okay.
never seen a healthy long-term marriage with anyone in my life. So I have nothing to build off of. I either give too much or
So why do you want to be with a man?
well, I want to be with, I don't want to be, I'd like to be in a companionship. I would love to grow with someone, to build with someone. I grew to really like that because I got comfortable with being alone.
Why do you want to be with a man? You
I
can't
don't
even
want to
tell
grow
me.
old alone like these bitter women in my family.
Okay, but you can't tell me why you want to be with the man. Everything you're telling me is against something scarce or negative.
Yeah.
What value does a man bring to your life?
I would love to feel secure. I would love to, for once in my life, to be able to just
Secure how?
I've never had a relationship where anyone made me feel that I didn't have to take some type of control, that if things fell apart, that they would
Well,
take over.
because the masculine men who do that won't tolerate your controlling ways.
I'm not controlling it. That's the thing. I'm
Well,
not.
if this whatever you call alpha,
Yeah.
the men who are secure in attachment style won't tolerate that.
That's why I don't like older men, I think.
Older how old?
I don't know. It's
I
something
don't
about
know why
older men.
I don't know why y'all women act like you got all these choices.
I don't.
You don't like older men. You don't like this. You don't like that. Well, buy a goddamn dog and die alone.
I don't want to. That's why I'm talking to
But,
you. What is?
but no. But okay, you don't like older men. So what? He has to be 38.
No, I don't have any age limits. I've just never met an older guy that piqued my interest.
And what piques your interest?
I just like fun, loving, free spirited.
See what I mean, people. I'll go back to what I wrote earlier.
What'd you write earlier?
Bottom line, most women are more comfortable being alone or losing instead of settling for the boredom of winning. Free spirit alpha female meaning I don't like structure, routine, consistency, discipline.
You are so right. And I need
Well,
that.
but the problem is, man, and I'm gonna just be right down the middle. At 39 years old, you still look a little bit younger, but you're not. And
No.
you got about 4 more years before the phone stops ringing.
Oh, it
And
stopped.
well, the phone, the DMs, even it stops, people are still trying to hit it. I'm talking about it all stops. And I don't know what you ladies think you're going to get because did the women in your family die at age 65?
No. My family lives long.
Well, then you look like what does that look like?
I don't want to be like them.
But then you got to ask yourself, what value does a man bring? See, what you have not said is anything positive with the man. All I've heard is fear, scarcity, and lack. Nothing about a man that brings anything positive. Everything you said about a man is something. This man was a mama's boy. This was that. And I can't get a man like that. Well, this is what therapy is important. And then
Absolutely.
you ladies need to start understanding what a man's value is, and it's in his wallet. The thing we bring to you is we settle down the chaos in your mind. You guys are chaotic by nature because you're emotional. And do you have any siblings?
Yes, a lot. I'm the
And
oldest of 6 with my mom and the oldest of 3 with my dad, and I have 3 step.
where do they live nearby?
No, I'm in Atlanta alone.
Atlanta.
I know. Is you see why I went to another country to find someone?
It's not the problem. What? What about
Atlanta
your
did me
female?
bad. I had someone
What about
sleeping.
your female friends?
I don't really have many. Um, I have more male friends.
So that means you want to know where your husband is? Look in your friend zone. The guys that don't make you tingle is probably the guys you need to be with.
Probably so.
Yeah, but they just don't make you moist. So do it yourself. Get a bullet or a rabbit. You got a finger.
It's not about sex, Kevin.
My point, I know what it's about. The guys in your friend zone are talking to you without benefit of sleeping with you. That means they must care about you for some reason.
Yes. But I
I'm doing
know
the
so
best.
much about them. I'm like, whew, thank God you my friend.
Well, they know about you too. You know, I mean, y'all all sound equal. Look, you crazy, he crazy. Do y'all crazy match, or does your
I'm
crazy make his
batshit
crazy go nuts?
crazy. I know.
Well, you need some therapy, and I would tell you number one, therapy. Number two, drop this alpha female stuff. I mean, Atlanta's a hard place to. Atlanta's a hard place for women. Y'all got to come with it down here because you're outnumbered 17 to 1. We got our pick here.
Where are you?
It's good to be the king.
Where are you?
I'm in Buckhead. Shit.
Oh, you're in Atlanta as well. Yeah.
Hell
The
yeah. So I'm
midnight
like,
is
that's why I
so
shook my
good.
head. I'm like, you got a problem. Seriously though, seriously. Therapy, and you have to ask yourself, regardless of to what you've seen growing up, it wasn't good, it wasn't healthy, so what? We all have a choice what we want our lives to be going forward. If you don't want to be alone, you need to be a man's peace.
Yeah.
And then he can be your security. Can
Yeah.
you give him what he needs to be what you need? That's the question we all have to answer. So hope that helps.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
All right, man. And that's the thing. Look, man, none of us there's no perfect situation. There's no perfect solution, right? We just have to decide you pick somebody. Eventually you're gonna have to just give up and say, okay, come on, let's go on over here. You put my teeth in, I'll give you your insulin shot. How are you?
Oh, hi.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
How old are you?
27.
You got something going on over there with your Bluetooth or your Wi-Fi or something.
Okay, can you
All right, I'm gonna give you about 15 seconds to get your Wi-Fi together. Um, Gentlemen, I'm gonna be honest. Um, Hello?
Yes,
All right, there we go. How old are you?
27.
27. All right, what's your disagreement?
Um, I mean, I've been listening to a lot of what's been being said, and kind of, I have more questions now than I started. I've noticed a lot of women, well, some of the women do have, well, a lot of the women that have spoken don't have children,
Mm-hmm.
and they look at themselves as stronger women, and what's the issue of not getting a man? My thing is more of, I have a child. I'm 7. I started my family
You're one? How many?
1.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. So I have 1 child. I started my family very young.
Okay,
Um, Single mother, but I was in a long-term relationship.
okay,
Um, I do want to settle down with a man,
okay.
but I kind of have similar questions as to the other woman that asked, like, how do you find a man?
Well,
And
you want to settle down or you want to be married?
I want to be married. I don't want to have pointless
Do you
relationships.
want
I'm
any
not.
more children?
Eventually, yes, when I am able to. But it goes back to when I am able to provide for my children on my own. But I also know that a marriage is a partnership, which is kind of what I'm not used to seeing.
Do you want any more children?
Say that again?
Do you want any more children?
Yes.
See, okay. And how old is your child?
She's 9.
All right. How many more children would you like to have after you're married?
2,
Uh,
maybe.
huh?
1 for sure. 1 for sure.
Okay. And what city or state do you live in?
I live in Mass.
What? Massachusetts?
Boston.
Boston?
Boston.
All right. So, did you go to college?
I did, yes.
Graduate as well?
I'm in classes to graduate with my bachelor's.
And what are you going to do with your bachelor's?
Right now I'm in psych and criminal justice.
Oh, Jesus H. Christ. Psych, criminal justice, communications.
Yes.
Oh, psych, criminal justice, communication, nursing, marketing. Oh,
So that's what I'm doing right now.
oh. Criminal justice psychology, social. All right, so you want to eventually be married. Okay, so you want to have another kid after you're married. All right, cool. And after you're married, do you want to have to work to pay significant bills after you're pregnant with your next child? Do you want to have
Yeah.
to work after you're pregnant and married?
Do I want to have to work?
Mm-hmm.
I am, that should be a simple yes or no.
It should be. It's a yes or no. Do you want to have to work? Yes or no? Do you want to get your pregnant self out of bed and go to work 5 days a week?
I would like a man to,
Okay.
provide,
So that's a
help me
yes or no. Do you want to have to work or do you want to be able to not have to work?
not have to work after the
All right.
pregnant.
What
But
percentage for a family of 2 kids or family of 4? What percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
I would want to pull my equal parts.
What
But
what percentage is that?
I can't, I don't know how to answer that.
Well, what?
Because
Okay, let me
sometimes,
ask you this way then. If
mhm,
you never get married, what percentage of your overall financial load are you going to have to be responsible for?
100%.
Well, then you can answer it the other way around. After marriage, what percentage of the overall family financial load do you want to have to be responsible for a lifetime?
I would be good with, I'm good with, like, I want to do 50-50 with
All right,
everything.
so 50-50 means you would have to work during pregnancy. Means
Mm,
morning sickness, everything else. You'd have to get up because if your check ain't coming in, if I took half the chairs off of this seat, it will fall. That means you got to work until 65 retirement. You don't get to not work because if you stop, we take a halfway hit. Your income is critical. Is that what you're saying? You want to be responsible for the next 40 years?
no. So, okay, I'm going to say something, and of course, you're going to let me know your feedback, right? I would want my husband to be able to financially provide for his family if needed. However, I would still like to provide for my
That's not the
family.
way this works. Not the way this
So how,
works. That's the problem. You ladies speak out of both sides of your mouth when the reality is, I don't want to have to be financially responsible. I want to contribute, but if I choose to not want to, or if I'm not able to, I don't want us to miss a beat. That's the effing truth. And you get to the outcome you want by saying the truth. You don't sit there by playing these games.
I think it comes from, I mean, I can't speak for everyone else, but I think it comes from the uncertainty because I've already done the whole,
I get it, but I get the uncertainty, man. But the fact of the matter is, you can't find what you're looking for until you define what it is.
that is true. That is true.
So if you want to be responsible, see, I ask questions that you ladies never that you don't think about, but I know you're thinking about them. You just don't want to say, I don't want to have to get up and go to work when I'm pregnant. I want to have the ability to not have to work and be all right. I want to be able to have those options. If I decide I want to work from home or do nothing, I don't want us to miss a beat. I don't want me not working to cause us any real stress. All right, then how much is a man going to need to make to pay for a family of 4 in Boston?
a whole lot of money.
What is that?
Um, realistically, a family of four,
Kids having cars at 16, college funds, weddings for daughters. Yep, all that. How much that gonna cost? Plus trips, plus family vacations, Christmas, retirement. How much all that gonna cost?
for each child is like,
No, how much is he gonna need to make annually?
and annually,
How much is he gonna need to cover a family of four?
I see where this is going. Over 100 and well over 100,000.
100,000 gets 100,000 barely gets you done in Boston.
Yeah, well, I just like I don't know. I don't know how much that would
Well, if you don't know what it is, how you gonna find it?
okay.
How much do you think? You want to live in an apartment or you want to live in a house?
I don't live in a home.
You want to live? Do you want to have a car?
Yes, I have.
No. Do you want to share a car or you want your own vehicle?
I want my own
He
vehicle.
has his own vehicle. Do the kids get cars?
The kids must get cars at some point.
Uh-huh. Right. What kind of car do you want to drive? You want to drive a Hugo? You want to drive a Pontiac? What do you want to drive? Or you want to drive something nice?
This may sound basic. I don't really care much
Well,
about
but it
vehicles.
don't matter how basic it sounds, it still has to be bought. How much is the man going to need to be able to buy all this annually?
For a family of four.
Uh-huh.
Like you making like 350
Thank you.
for
This is the thing, guys, ladies as well. You can't find what you don't define. And the problem is, you ladies are all looking for men who are making this income that's that high. And what percentage of men in this country earn $300,000 or more? Out of 100%, what percentage?
in this country less than
Right.
2%.
So you and every other woman is looking for the same the one guy out of 100. This is why you can't find him. Because that one guy, you're all looking for him. Then what does he want from a woman? Hold on. What does the kind of man who's making that kind of money want from a woman? And what?
Hmm.
So these are the reason I ask questions this way is because it takes you ladies out of your me focused, and you got to put yourself over there. What are the likelihood you're going to be able to attract a man making that kind of money and get him to marry you and put you in that lifestyle? And if you can't get that, is there no middle ground?
Well, I think for some women, if they're just strictly set on this is like, I mean, it's of course important to know what you want, but it's also important to understand that if you want to attract a man that in that sense, you need to build
You'd be
yourself
good.
up.
You would be good making. You'd be good meeting a guy making about $60,000 a year.
Okay.
The average black man makes 42,500. The average white guy makes 50. You be good making somebody who's above average. And and see that did not used to be an insult to women, but today it's like if I can't have this house and this car and this lifestyle, because then I'm gonna start asking the hard questions. What do you have to bring to the table that a man wants that
Hmm.
you haven't given to another man? And this is where it gets rough because you've already had a child, you've already
Hmm.
had sex, everything you got to offer a man.
Was
Already,
already good. I mean, that's the truth.
and then you're not looking for a man, you're looking for a stepfather. So
Which it kind of elevates the bar. It's
it means it lowers your value. It means you have to understand that the men are more valuable. So, and the thing is, and when I ask these financial questions, what it shows is you ladies are putting little to no thought into even the foundation of a man. You damn sure ain't putting any thought into what you gonna do for him. It's
hmm.
all about what I want, is what women want, and I'm not thinking about what the men want.
I mean, as far as my concern goes, I think my thing is I think of both ends, right? But I really need to focus on what am I going to get? What am I going to attract? How will I
What do you
attract?
No. Wrong.
Okay,
You
so
need to be thinking about you got to be thinking about what you're going to give.
well, yeah, that's
You
what
say what you want to get.
no, what I so, oh, okay. So in order for me to get what I want, I need to step up and do things in order to attract that. Do you understand?
Where's your child's father?
He's he's in her life.
Okay. Bottom line is we look at your children as liabilities. They're not assets to us. Liabilities. Liability. Don't care how much you love them, they cost us the same. Liabilities. We don't like them. We don't want your liabilities. We don't want to put because think about it. Let's say you and I are married, right? You married an old guy, right?
Mm,
You have my son. Every dollar I make, I got to split 50 cents with that man's kid. Why do I, as an alpha male, high value man, whatever, want to be putting my hard earned resources into that mother sucker's kid and
okay.
taking from my child? Why do I want to have to? So if I were to say Kevin Jr. gets a car, he gets a BMW. Your kid, he get a bike. You can't do that. You got to treat him the same. His daddy need to do something for him. That ain't fair, is it? See how that works? But
I
yet when that little joker does something, the police gonna be calling my house. I got to put a roof over his head and feed. See, what you have to do is you have to make this situation appealing enough to I'd say, all right, I'll take on your little liability. You're gonna have to make it such a good deal to where I skip over all the women who are childless and liabilityless to get in with this liability that's never going to pay off for me. His last name is his daddy's last name. Her last name is her daddy's last name. You got to think about it from the man's standpoint. And you got to make sure that child is well behaved. Never give me a problem because you ain't going to want me disciplining him now, are you? Right. So that little sucker better not ever cause me a moment of grief. As soon as he says something out loud, you better shut up. Big Daddy pay for all this and shut up. See, and that ain't how y'all think. It's like we come with a package deal. And that's how men are looking at this. They can't risk saying it, but that's what they really think.
mm, I mean, I've already had that. Like I've already considered that. Which is the whole like dating with a child is not something that I would
And
do.
how old is your child again?
She's 9.
You might have to wait another 9 years. Because most men certainly don't want to be stepping into a prepubescent female. Oh, hell no. No. Mr. Kevin, you get mad because I got a baby, then all of a sudden I come home. He was looking at me. That's all she gotta do is say something. Next thing you're not risking everything. Hell no. That's the world men live in, man. See, and the reason I'm saying all this is you ladies got to understand the position you're putting men in. This is why it is better or more reasonable to stay with the men you already have children with, because any man that comes after that is going to be put at risk. These children know that they can dial 911. They know the system. They know how this stuff works. It may not be right, but it happens every day.
Mm,
So how are you going to make your children? How are you going to make your daughter an asset to another man? How are you going to make your baby daddy and this man not in conflict? Because do y'all still speak?
my daughter's father and
Mm-hmm.
I do my best to co-parent with him.
Mm-hmm. Has he got a wife?
No.
So he still thinks he can hit the draws anytime he wants to.
Oh no, he knows it. He
Yeah, right.
cannot.
Yeah, okay, whatever. We all know that's not true. Every man who has a child with a woman knows that's not true. We imprint on you guys. That's just how it works. That's just how it works, man. That's how it works. Especially the first kid. It ain't
Oh Lord.
popular to say, but every man who's had a child with such the first kid, in the back of their mind, like, if she didn't think she'd get caught, it's just how it works. That's how nature is. And men know that.
Okay, so all right, so generally all right, so with women that have children, We just have to find a way to make ourselves, we have to work a lot harder.
Yes, as you should. Because
I mean,
as you should, because a man who's marrying a woman with a liability has to put
mm,
himself at substantial. Immediately dating you, he does not get benefit of having you without a kid. There is no honeymoon period. Your kid is in the wedding somehow. There's no just coming home and getting busy on the coffee table or the kitchen table because that kid is there. I never get to have the childless version of you. We don't get a chance to just say, you know what? Let's just get on a plane and go to Paris for the weekend. There's always something. There's always we got to make provision. I don't get the benefit of the freedom of a woman. I always got this, and you're gonna have to pay for that. Every time we sit down, we need a table for 3. I don't like what they got on the menu. They have French fries. I want a grilled cheese. We're going out to a 5-star restaurant. Do they got a kids menu? I've been there. I've been there. And you know what I'm saying? As jokingly as I'm saying, you're like, damn, you're right. I can't put on my little black dress in the pump. I got a 2-seater car. Where your kid gonna sit on the spoiler?
mm-mm,
Strap her ass on the hood. That's the point. So yeah, I gotta think about it that way. It's not and when more women start to think about how can I make myself an asset, a feminine asset to a man, and I have to make my child more than not just a liability. I have to make this an asset situation. And women who think like that are going to be more appealing to marriage-minded men. Because what men want more than anything else is to know that you ladies have thought about us and what we're versus the average woman is saying, do for me. That's how you'll separate yourself.
I agree with you 100%. I do.
All right, ma'am. I hope this was helpful. It's almost 1 o'clock. I gotta run. All
Great
right.
night.
Bye-bye. So, yeah, I feel sorry.